Morning everyone, this side Bhavisha Verma, assistant professor from SD College Ambala Kant, and the topic of today is uh, from legal aspects in business, legal aspects of business, that is Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. So what will be the learning outcomes of this session is types of negotiable instrument, negotiable and assignment, dishonor and discharge of negotiable instrument. So types of negotiable instruments. See, there are many types of negotiable instruments, and some of them are listed as below, such as promissory notes, bill of exchange, check, government promissory notes, delivery notes, custom receipts. And negotiable instrument act has stated only three instruments that are being used in the negotiable instrument act, and they that are check, bill of exchange, and promissory notes. So a promissory note looks like this. It's a specimen of promissory note. You can see this agreement date is mentioned over here. The party that is Dragon Law, and the second party is John Dewey. And then the borrower has promised to pay the lender a sum of 500,000 Hong Kong dollars as below, and then the agreed terms and conditions over there. So this is a specimen of promissory note. So what is a promissory note? A promissory note is a signed document of written promise that is stated that the specified person or the bearer at a specified date will pay a specific amount on a specified date or on demand when it is demanded. The promissory note is an instrument in writing containing the unconditional rule signed by one party to pay a certain sum of money to the other on the order of a certain person or the bearer of the instruments. Thus promissory note contains a promise by the debtor to the creditor to pay a certain sum of money after a certain date, and the debtor is the maker of the instrument. So the elements of promissory note are as follow. It must be in writing. It must certainly express a promise and a clear understanding to pay a certain sum of money. The promise must be unconditional. There should not be any condition for paying, that if he will give rebate then only he will pay, or if he only accepts the money in the daytime then he will pay, or if he pays only in cash then only he will pay, then only he will receive the amount. So that condition should not be there. It should be duly signed by the maker, the debtor who is making the promissory note. It should be duly signed by the maker. The promise should be pay money and money only. There is nothing to be paid in consideration of the of in any other consideration should not be included in this. The amount should be certain. There should be a certain specific amount should be mentioned. The maker must be certain. Then next comes the bill of exchange. This is a specimen of bill of exchange. You can see over it. So what is a bill of exchange? See, bill of exchange contains an order from the creditor to the debtor to pay a certain person after a certain period of time. Uh, so there are two parties involved in the bill of exchange, that is drawer and the drawee, and the person to whom the amount is payable is known as pay. So there are three parties involved, that is drawer, drawee, and the pay. The drawer is the one who draws the bill of exchange, and to whom it is drawn is known as drawee, and to whom the amount will be payable is the pay. Essential conditions of bill of exchange. It should also be in writing. It is also be signed by the drawer who is drawing the bill of exchange. There are three parties involved, that are drawer, drawee, and the pay must be certain. The sum that is mentioned in the bill of exchange should be certain. It should be properly stamped. It must contain an express order to pay a certain sum of money and money only, and the order must be unconditional. There cannot be any conditions regarding the payment of bill of exchange. Then you can see, then the third is the check. You can see this is a specimen of check. Firstly the bank name is mentioned, then the date is mentioned, then it whom to be paid, then the amount, and then the sign of the person, and then the then the specific number that is mentioned at the end of the check. See, check is a bill of exchange. Check is a type of a bill of check is similar to bill of exchange, and but here, but in the bill of exchange, there is no, there is no bank involved in the bill of exchange, but here a specific banker that is involved in the payment process. A person who issues a check, that a person who issues a check, that check is to be issued in the name of a certain bank, and then the person who receives the check deposits in his bank, and then that bank will contact the draw then bank will contact the other bank who is involved, and then the payment is made. So check is a type of a bill of exchange. A bill of exchange, it is an instrument in writing containing unconditional orders and signed by the maker, that is depositor, directing a certain bank to pay a certain sum of money to the bearer of the instrument. The parties to regular check generally include drawer, and the depositor of the check in writing is the drawee. The financial institution where the check can be presented is the pay. So here are also three parties involved, such as drawer, drawee, and the pay. The features of the check are: a check must be in writing, and it is to be duly signed by the drawer. It must be contain unconditional orders. It should be issued on a specified bank only. It cannot be issued on any financial institution. It should be issued in the specified bank only, the specific bank only. The amount specified is always certain and must be clearly mentioned both in the figures and in the words. Mm, the pay is always certain. It is payable on demand. It must contain a date, otherwise after the date is after the validity of after the check's validity, it if the check expired, it will be difficult for the person to claim the money. Then what is negotiable and assignment? See, negotiable refers to the transfer of negotiable instrument from a person to another, to make from a person from by a person to another, to make a person a holder of it. And the acts governing is the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, whereas assignment means transfer of rights by a person to another person for for the purpose of receiving the payment, debt payment. And the act governing assignment is Transfer Property Act 1882. Affected by, so negotiable instrument, mere delivery in case of bearer instrument, and endorsement and delivery in case of order instrument. And written, it is a document written and duly signed by the transferor. Consideration: it is pre-assumed and it is to be proved. It is pre-assumed that here the mention, the person who has drawn it, and the person who receives it, and a specified amount is to be or is fixed in it. And whereas in assignment, it has to be proved that the person has transferred that it has been transferred from one person to another for receiving the payments. Then title: the transferee gets the title of the holder in the due course. It is an assignee's title is subject of title of the assigner. Then transfer notice: there is no transfer notice is required, must be signed by the assignee on his debtor. Rights to sue: the transferee has the right to sue the third party in his or her name. There is no right to sue in case of dishonor of the bill, or if there is no payment made. Then dishonor and discharge of negotiable instrument. See, dishonor means when the negotiable instrument is when the payment is not recovered from the negotiable instrument. So there is dishonor of negotiable instrument. So so dishonor of negotiable instrument means the loss of the honor of the instrument on the part of the maker, drawee and the acceptor, which renders that the instrument is unsuitable for the realization of the payment. See, it says that if the negotiable instrument, either any of the party, the drawee, the maker, the drawee and the acceptor, if they are unable, if there is any loss in the honor of these people, then and the negotiable instrument is termed as dishonored. So, according to Section 64, lays down the general rule that is negotiable, presentment of negotiable instrument for payment. It says all note, bills, and checks must be presented for payment, therefore thereof respectively by or on the behalf of the holder during the usual hours of the business, and the maker or the acceptor, and if within the banking hours, and if at the bankers within the banking hours, to point out the presentment of payment is excused in the case of dishonor. Then in case of dishonor of negotiable, see what does section 64 say. Section 64 says that if the bill says that all the negotiable instrument, be it the promissory note, be it a bill of exchange or the check, if it is, it must be presented for the payment within the banking hours, and if it within the validity of the validity period of the all the three of the negotiable instrument act, and if it is presented within the banking hours, and if it and within, and if it is presented within the banking hours, and if they and still it is dishonored, then they can be excused in case of dishonor. In case of dishonor of negotiable instrument act, it can there can be two types of negotiable in dishonor of negotiable instrument act: by the acceptance and by the non payment. By the by non acceptance and non payment, a liable holder should notify all the parties is of his liability of issuing a notice of dishonor. Upon receiving a notice of dishonor, a party must issue a notice of dishonor to other parties, rendering them liable to himself within a reasonable amount of time. To point out purpose of notice of dishonor is to notify a part of its his liability. It says that if there is any dishonor in case of negotiable instrument act, then the holder of the negotiable instrument act must notify the other parties that he will not be able to pay the specified amount within the time, and if he doesn't pays and if he doesn't notify, then he claimed liable for the dishonor of the negotiable instrument act. See, if a check or any promissory note gets dishonored, then there is a fine that is to be paid, and it is also a crime. It is also considered as a crime if a check gets dishonored. Then the types of dishonor. Dishonor of negotiable instrument act by non acceptance, by non payment and non acceptance. A promissory note or a bill of exchange or check is said to be dishonored by non payment when the maker of the promissory note, acceptor of the bill, and drawee of the check commits a default in the payment, commits a default in the payment, and and there commits a default in the payment, and thereby and thereby when the particular check, note, or bill of exchange presented for payment, it remains unpaid. And the dishonor by acceptance, it means that negotiable instrument act, therefore bill of exchange, promissory note, or check may be dishonored by non-payment by the drawee, but bill of exchange is the only negotiable instrument act which is dishonored by non-acceptance. If the i- by non-acceptance, which requires an acceptance of because it requires an acceptance. If the drawer draws a bill of exchange on the drawee, and if he doesn't accept it, then also it gets dishonored. How is a party to negotiable instrument act discharged? So how the negotiable instrument gets discharge means that the negotiable instrument gets paid. It is by the cancellation of the name of the party of the instrument, by the cancellation by the name of the party of the instrument, by the release by cancellation by the name of the party of the instrument. Cancellation means a negotiable instrument gets discharged when the party to whom the payment is to be made is made within the proper time, and by the release of any other party of the negotiable instrument gets discharged by the release of any party to the instrument, mm, by the payment when the payment is made in due time. When it is also discharged by when the drawer allows drawee more than 48 hours to accept it, the in by delay in the presenting of check for the payment, when the validity of the check expired, then also the check gets discharged by payment by taking qualified acceptance. When the acceptor of the bill of exchange properly accepts it, then also it's get discharged by non presentment of acceptance of bill of exchange. When he doesn't accept it, then also it's get discharged by operation of law. When the negotiable instrument act is when there is any change in the parties to whom the negotiable instrument is to be paid, then it is also gets discharged. When material alteration, when there is any third party to whom the payment is to be made, then there is material alteration. Thank you very much. कहाँ गई?